It's me again. Um, this is another topic video, and this time I want to talk about judgment. Like, I was on Facebook the other day.
We can do it. I love video.
I love what? Sorry. Um, I was on Facebook the other day, and I was looking through one of the group pages that I'm a part of. I'm not gonna say no names because that's just rude. But they were talking about how people should get their labels right. That studs shouldn't rock leggings. Now, I want y'all's opinion on this too. But my opinion is, if you a stud and you want to rock leggings, then you have every right to. How are we supposed to get anywhere in a community when we're sitting there bashing each other? Like everybody who says, "Oh, this is another thing I saw on YouTube. Studs shouldn't wear their straps all the time because that's disgusting." That's their business. Now, personally, yes, I have dated a stud that wore her strap all the time. But she didn't use that strap on me though. Like she had two separate ones. She had one that she wore all the time, and then she had one that she used on me. And like you don't know. Like yeah, they could wear their strap all the time, but like in my instance, you don't know if that's the same strap that that girl uses on girls. Like you don't know that. So how can you say that's disgusting or anything like that? I mean, that's their business. If that's what makes them happy, then that's their business. You have absolutely no right to tell them what they can and can't do, just like they have no right to tell you what you can and can't do. If like we're all still trying to get rights. Like I know I live in Florida. In the state of Florida, I can't legally marry a woman even if I went to like Massachusetts or somewhere like that and got married and I came back, me and my spouse, they wouldn't even recognize it. So like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. We're still fighting. We're still struggling. We're still trying to get our foot up. We're still trying to get equality. And we're sitting here bashing each other. Like, if a stud wants to wear leggings, let her. If that's her swag, let her. If a stud wants to wear her strap all the time, then let her. If a femme wants to date another femme, then let her. If I don't know, whatever they want to do, as long as it's not causing anyone any bodily harm, then let them. I mean, as long as they're not going around bashing people's skulls in and like putting their hands on people and
Then let them.
yeah, like that's none of our business. If it's, I don't see why it should be a problem.
And that's why I say you can't judge nobody because the only person that can judge you is God.
Yeah, and like okay, for instance, I'm 18.
And I'm 22.
I'm 18 and like a lot of people still tell me like you maybe you have to see me in person, I don't know. But a lot of people still tell me I look like I'm 15, 16 years old and it just goes to say you can't judge a book by its cover. And another thing is like people think because they hang out with someone, my bad. Um People think because they've hung out with someone for like a few months or whatever or they've been dating someone for a couple months or whatever, they have the right to say, "Oh, you know this, that, and the third about them." I mean, yeah, in a couple months you do learn something about some people, and you really do. How do I say? You learn people as you go. You can't tell me you know everything about someone just from knowing them for a couple months. So basically, what I'm saying is, don't judge a book by its cover, and don't think you know the end of the story just because you've read the first chapter. You've read the first chapter. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's not right. You have no one has any right to judge anybody else. No one. Everybody's unique in their own way. Everyone's eccentric in their own way. Like I said, like it's their business. It's kind of like you didn't like a rule of thumb. You don't tell somebody how to raise their kid. Yeah, you just don't do that. You don't. You're not supposed to judge. I mean, I know I do. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to sound like I'm a hypocrite or nothing. I know I judge people, but and I know like I don't have the right to, but I don't be putting my opinions on Facebook and shit. Like, no, I don't do that. Like, I'll keep my opinions to myself. Like, what I think about someone really isn't anybody else's business. So, I don't know if you're gonna judge someone, like especially someone within your own community. Like I said, we're still trying to get places. We're not where we're supposed to be, and even when we are where we're supposed to be, it's not gonna change the fact that you shouldn't judge them. Like united we stand, divided we fall. It goes all the way back to does anyone know who William Lynch is? You know who William Lynch is?
I've heard of it.
William Lynch was a slave owner back in, I don't know honestly, and I don't know where he lived, but I know he was a slave owner, and he came to Carolina, I think North Carolina, a long time ago if I'm not mistaken, and he gave this speech. And his speech was talking about decharacterization of the slaves. And basically what he was saying is he found a way to keep his slaves in line. And how he did it was he pent the dark skinned slave against the light skinned slave. He pent the young slave against the old slave, the woman slave against the man slave, the house slaves against the field slaves, and caused such a ruckus between themselves that they were fighting themselves, so they couldn't stand up together and fight back against the slave master. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. I'm not saying none of us are slaves. That's not what I'm saying. But like, that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're basically fighting amongst each other and not standing together and fighting against the quote unquote the man who's telling us we still can't get married, or we still can't do this, or we still can't do that, or a stud. I don't even think a female can sign a birth certificate in the father's place. So I don't know. I know you can't do it in Florida, but yeah, like we still got a long way to go, and we don't need to be sitting here fighting amongst ourselves when we're supposed to be fighting the man. So that's my look. That's my outtake on it. You don't have the right to judge people. Only God can judge them. If anything we're doing is wrong, if anything He don't like us doing, like He's the only one who can judge us. So that's what it is at the end of the day. Signing out, YouTube.